Perfect.
Okay. Good evening, good morning to all you respected participants, dignitaries here on the IIU platform. Today, me, Nada Ratkovic from Croatia, a IIU board member, a IIU country director from Croatia, and the president of IIU Research Center is with you on this great topic, research methods, tools, and techniques. I'm coming from Croatia, and I'm a assistant professor on faculty of economics, business, tourism, and split Croatia. Also a high professor in vocational school in my town scene. As I said, today we are on the big platform of International Internship University, who is offering education to all youth and all students and all educators around the world. Why? Because the education is the most powerful weapon which we can use only the world. Today, why this topic? Because there are many, many women in science, and I'm also a woman in science. STEM for all. We are now in the month of the STEM. You see here, before 2 weeks, I was involved in a project, Women in Science, where we were empowering the women scientists. My topic today, why methods, tools, and techniques? Because they are the way, if you want to make a research, you need to have methods, tools, techniques. You need to have data, collect your information, and then you will see what can happen. First, we will start from the definition of research. A lot of people and lots of educators, and there are many, many definitions. I almost like this from the American socialists that research is a systematic inquiry, and what it do, it needs to describe, explain, predict and control the observed phenomenon. Yes, research is a phenomena. Why? Because you need tools, statistic tools. And today I'm here. I want to say first that 1 hour is not enough to explain all of this. And if you want to know for one terms, you need hours and hours. But I'm sure that I will go through my lecture today like a story for someone who is maybe a beginner in research. That is the concept and the way how I go in my classroom, how I work with my students. You know, we are witnesses of this situation of COVID, and we all work online, and we all use different methods of learning, like flipped classroom, like blended learning, and one of method is researching. Why? Because you need, I said that I'm a professor and a faculty and a high school professor. In high school, you need to give to your students the concepts, the main concepts of researching. And I have a subject also in high school, statistics, and my students are making a lot of researches, not only in statistics, in every subject you can make a research, but the difference is what kind of research, what method will you use, what tools and what techniques will you use. So we have inductive and deductive methods. You know, there is a difference. If you want to make a qualitative research, you use inductive research methods. Or if you want to make a quantitative method, you use deductive. What it means, what are the first characteristics of one research? If you want to make a good research, you need to follow some steps. First, data. If you don't have data, you cannot make a research. That is the main problem. That is the main problem when you are trying to make a research. And also, you need to take care about the ethics. You can't use the data without a permission. Then you need to choose inductive or deductive method. And what is necessary? Are you doing a research in a real time or it is something from the past? You know that we have a lot of techniques, a lot of analysis. What today economics are doing? They are comparing data. How can we know is our economy growing or not growing if we don't compare the data from many years ago? Then, what analysis will you make? Will it be a deep analysis or a short analysis? Then questions. We have many, many questions. More questions. We can talk about the questions whole day. So you need to use and create questions for your research. Then information. Some information are not correct. How can you choose your information? And why are you doing a research? What is the purpose of your research? First, you need to know that we have three main purposes of the research. They are exploratory research, descriptive research, and explanatory. Exploratory research needs a group of questions. And that questions this kind of research will maybe not give you a question. You will maybe not get a right question, but it is a good way to solve some problems what you are investigating. That is why we said investigating is one of great and one of very necessary methods of learning. Exploratory, you need a group of questions if you want to make this kind of research and to give a conclusion. Also, these answers will not maybe offer you a good conclusion to solve a problem, but you can handle it. It is also necessary to handle that research, what you are making. Causal or explanatory research is conducted to impact some specific changes, and it is really a popular form. But we as statistics, we almost use descriptive statistics, and I always said, what is descriptive statistic? That is the easiest way to explain descriptive statistic is like a blood test. When you make a short descriptive statistics, you will know, do you have good data? You will get the values like mean, like mode, like median, and that is necessary for you to see if you want to make a correlation between data and find a correlation. That is first step. Make a correlation. Is a correlation high? Is it strong? Is it positive? Is it negative correlation? After correlation, you can then make a math model. You cannot make a math model if we talk about the numeric research, then you need that. So we have descriptive and also we have inferential statistics. Inferential statistics is made by lot of you make a lot of tests in inferential statistics, and in inferential statistics, you make your hypothesis. You make your hypothesis. Here, only a short comparison between. You see, I already said what is exploratory, descriptive, and explanatory research. And first is unstructured, the another is structured, and highly structured is explanatory research. By conducting, you have in this first types, you can ask questions, and in the explanatory research, you will use hypothesis, and that is the inferential statistics. Time, you can have early stage, later stage, and the later stages for making your decisions. And every researcher, before he starts a research, he needs to ask the right questions and choose the method to investigate his problem and probably solve his problem. And what is the main in researching? Conclusion and interpretation of and formulation of your data. The number doesn't mean nothing for us if you don't have a good explanation and interpretation in your work. Just a minute. So please remember, you can make only a research if you use valid, accurate, and reliable information's data. What it means? Valid is always logical, founded, rigorous. Accurate means free of errors, and you need to include all requiring data. What is reliable? It is reliable that other people, you know, that we almost, when we make a research, when we write something, that we contact our literature. What is our literature? What we contact? We contact many research papers, many researchers, and see, did anyone do this kind of research what you are making? Timely, as I said, you need to collect your data in a real time and complete it. What it means complete? You need to complete all data, because if you don't have your data, you will not make this research quality. So we are coming to our research methods. This is only an introduction of our methods. I will talk a little later also more about these methods. We have qualitative and quantitative research methods. They are main, and they are made by collecting some data. And what is the difference? The term qualitative said to you, you don't have numbers. It is a non-numeric research. Quantitative is a numeric research. So qualitative, you know, we have many attributes like geographic, you have nominal, and there is only one alternative. What is that alternative? If you want to do a research including a man and a woman, you will use that, and then you need first to make coding. You need to know coding. So you see, when you work in school, on university, and when you teach and educate your students, you need to know almost everything. How can you make a research if you don't know to make coding and to convert your data, because the data are from the methods of ranging, and first you need to unrange that to make a correlation and to use your data. That I mean on the man and on a woman. So that is all what I said. Quantitative method deals with numbers and have measurable forms. Qualitative methods collect data and have a conversational method. And almost remember, the easiest way is to remember with numbers, quantitative, and without numbers, qualitative methods. So that is a difference, big difference between them. We used different types of questions, we collect data on a different way, and it also means a flexibility. So maybe a history teacher will use a qualitative because he is better in theory. He is collecting some other kinds of data, and another educator who is good in math and who need numbers and for detailed research will use a quantitative research method. So that are many types for conducting your research. You need first to identify the trends and issues. So if you want to be in trend, you are following the situation, you are following the trends, like example, in technology, you know that technology is rapidly growing every day. Then you need to track your frequency. So you cannot start today and then work for 3 months, 4 months, or for 1 year. You need to have one frequency for keeping your work on right way. You need to make a list of you need to make apologize you need to make a list of your findings. Also make a SWOT analysis. What it means, a SWOT analysis? If you are a manager, if you want to get very important decisions, you first need to make a SWOT analysis and find the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats. You need to have a strategy, and you need to plan all. Planning is important, really. Nothing without planning. So you need to review your goals before getting a conclusion. And if you see that you are not on the right way, you need to change your tactic. You need to maybe repeat questions. You need to use another questions, and maybe sometimes you need to start from the beginning. So let's see, what are the basic steps when you write a research paper? What is the process? Almost I said, identify and develop your topic. Do a preliminary research for the information. Locate materials, evaluate your sources, take notes, write your papers, cite your sources properly, proofread, and submit your final research paper. Some drafts. What are the components of research process? You see, first is the purpose of the researching, then researching questions, then you need to have assumptions, sampling methods, collection methods, research methods, quality criteria, data analysis, and make a report. So easy, we can make it and divided it in five parts: introduction, literature review, the methods, then why I said literature review, very necessary. You can't use you cannot be a you cannot copy other things. If you copy, you need to make a citate from where do you use something, if it is not your own. So let's go to the tools and techniques in research. Many don't know the difference between the tools and techniques. So, what is the tool and techniques? What is tool in research? What is a tool and technique? What is techniques in research? So what we will do for collecting data, what are the characteristics of a good research tool, how to make action research, what are the types of research, what are the techniques, and which way to collect that. Tools and techniques in research are statistical methods use analysis, interpretation, presentation, and organization of data. Data collection tools refer to devices, instruments that are tools. Techniques are research methods on the strategy, on the process, or on the technique you use. So that is why we are talking about different tools and different techniques and different data collection. Here, short, a device or implement is a tool. A technique is a particular task. Like example, some kind of artistic work, a procedure of doing your work. Device tools. What is today my tool? Today, my tool for this presentation is my laptop. Pardon. And I said before, and I will always repeat, you need to include validity, reliability, and usability. Never forget that. Here I put one example. I find it on the Facebook. You have many softwares. Today are many softwares are offering. And this research for research paper and thesis and writing software, more than 1 million researchers use this ref and write tool. I just pick it to show that and everywhere, if you are not user friendly with many digital tools, you have also a tools who are offering you good solutions for your and good results for your work. And we need to talk about the quality uh, in the education. So if we want to talk about different tools and techniques for the quality control in education, we use this check sheets, graphs, histograms, Pareto charts, scatter diagrams, control charts. I will show you which digital tool can you use for this, for taking a control in your work in education. And it is a very simple tool, and every day you work with that tool. So what are the action research tools? Action research tools are also different methods, various methods, which you use to make a great research, to make a paradigm, to make your journal, recordings, surveys, and other things. Here are example of tools. You see what is a tool, a hammer, a wrench, a telephone, your computer. That are the tools. Maybe sometimes before you research, you need to make a draft. You use your pen and pencil, eraser, because you need it for your research. Techniques. I almost talk about the techniques, so let's repeat again. That is a method to do your task or to get something and perform something. Here I come again to the types of research, because I said many authors are talking about many types. Here we have again descriptive, and what include in descriptive research: survey, historical content analysis, ethnographic narrative. What will be an ethnographic narrative? Today, many people are investigating our environment. This ethnographic narrative research is great for the environment. Case studies, focus groups, and etc. You will see many. And here are the way how to collect your data. Which techniques can you use? You can use methods like interviews, questionnaires and surveys, observations, focus groups, four types of collecting your data. That is that you have observational, experimental, if you are observational, if you have something to observe, experimental, if you are making experimental in the laboratories. Today you cannot make a product without experiment, simulation. Today we have a lot of simulated casing studies and simulating situations which will help you as special today in the air if you want to develop some new machine today, artificial intelligence, blockchain. You cannot do nothing only observing. There you need a experiment. What are the main types? I put here more types like longitudinal, cross-sectional, and these two I talked before. Here, experimental and clinical. So many researchers, many types of researchers. And what types of research paper we have when we write a research paper? Analytical, definition paper. Somebody when you write a research paper, some students almost think they are all the same type. No, you need to know the difference between them. Do you have aims? What are the causes? What are the effects? What conclusion or summary? That is only a interpretative paper. That is an interpretative paper because in the summary, in the conclusion, you will write your main results, your main thoughts, and main conclusions. Qualitative, quantitative, I said before. So let's go to little to the tools. So when you start to do a research, any research, you always contact the internet. Why? Because internet is offering you million information. When you write one word, you can find a lot of information. But the question is, what is correct information? What is a real information? And is that information for you correct? And also, you see, sometimes you cannot find information that is necessary for you, and some information are not available. What it means not available? Because if you sometimes you need to pay. You need to pay for some kind of information, like for some kind of data. You have many agencies today that are collecting data, making analysis, but if you want to use and to get that data, you need to pay. So almost we say that the internet is a plethora of the information, but you need to choose. The correct information, and which will be the aim for your research. Libraries, yes, libraries. That is when we talk about the methods, libraries, and we have uh, primary data and secondary data. What it means, primary data and secondary data. Primary data are data that you collect and always said, I'm the analyze is made with simulation of my own data. Uh, Secondary data are when you use, like example, internet library, and you try to find the informations in the books, in the journals, in our libraries. You have many uh, online libraries and digital libraries that are offering you the information, but that are not your information. So that is the secondary. Questionnaires and surveys. Questionnaires and surveys always provide very good information, quantable information. What it means, quantable information? What is a quantable information? You can make a face-to-face interview. That is great if you are doing if you are making some kind of research with a famous person, with a politician. Also, you can make anonymous because many people can't write what they think if it is not anonymous. Questionnaires and telephone. I'm sure that almost every one of you get 10 calls via month by telephone from some kind of agencies that are collecting data. Statistics and data analysis. Statistics and data analysis is essential research tools. Yes, because informations from questionnaires and surveys are always compiled in the statistics. We have many kinds of statistics. In general students have one statistics, but on the different universities, different faculties, different topics, different researches, you have your type of the statistics and statistic theories and data. Here I'll put again our method. So qualitative, without non-numeric, quantitative, numeric, and mixed method research. How can they be ranked, and how can we make them, and how will we measure them? It, I said, affairs on us, it affairs on the type of research, and they will be only useful if you use a correct method for your research. Uh, Today we have a lot of mixed researches, and that is really good for me. That combination, always combination is good, but sometimes you have like science said a triangulation, and you cannot have a good verification from using data from two or more sources, because you can find different data. You know, if you know how our statistic is working, it's very hard to, yes, we are in the month April, but it is very hard to get some fresh data from 2021, because they are still not they're still not all made and analyzed and collected. We have mixed method researches in many databases. Like I put few here, like example. One is called PubMed. Where mixed many researchers, and it is if you want to follow some main keywords, then you have CNEHL, also a multi-method study, and also you need to make text with your keywords. How to collect? So let's come again on the collect our data. Here you see all many I recommend before. So qualitative techniques and quantitative techniques or tools. Interviews, focus groups, observations, document analysis, oral history, or life stories. Our researchers can be, when you use these techniques or tools, really necessary is you need to put yourself whole in this research you are making. Even you make an interview, a focus group, observation. Uh, Many times you are monitoring, you are watching. How many times I get up in the morning and say, Nada, that is a not good idea. That is a not good way to do. You don't use a good method. You don't use a good technique. So that questions are really necessary for you to get yourself whole to make a really good research. And that is necessary. Not only here I will get example again. Uh, it is not important that you make 1,000 research papers because 1,000 you cannot make a really quality research in a short time. So that is a question, but you know that our jobs, if you work on the faculty in the university, you have some requests that you need to write, like example for 1 year and make research 10. That is something for pushing you to maybe do sometimes some researches. Then, if you're not sure, please come back, return, and try to make that research a really a good research. Because be sure that someone will read that someone will think that that is really a great job. Quantitative techniques or tools. So you see before you also have some techniques or tools which are repeating and in a qualitative techniques and in a quantitative, like observation. These are so primary. You need, if you want only the primary, these are the primary: interviews, focus, surveys, observation. That are primary research tools. Let's say a few words about the interviews. The every method has advantages and disadvantages. So if you are in an industry, if you are making production, or if you want to buy something, and if you want to be a consultant, you need to take these interviews. And you see that every day almost many people are interviewed, and interview is good for the qualitative, when you don't need the numeric data, then you will use the interview. And I think that this success, these abilities, it is really good because this is a really easy way to make some things you need. The interviews need to be planned, like everything you do. You can make their ranges. You can have you need to have a good team. Not only a team, not only one person. So after an interview, you need to make the analysis, because also for this a simulation method is good, because then you can compare and you can put this interview in your simulation. Honesty: when you are making an interview, you need to be really honesty. because you need to make a good work. And how to start an interview, you need to be a professional, because there are many people who are you when you are interviewing, and if you are not professional and if you're not honest, you will not make a good interview, and you never you can't you don't and you should not interrupt your person who you are interviewing. And you need to be very, very clear. Clear questions, clear questions, and because if they are not clear, also you will not get good and correct answers. So what it means, you need to have a good strategy. You need to have a good strategy. Privacy, you need to protect the privacy of the interviewer. And also, as a repeat, I will repeat triangulation, because you can get different informations from the informants. So that is why we always need to have an interview question guide, the guides, and need to follow the guides before we make a interview. Focus groups is a small structured group. We have five. We can have 5 to 20 participants, and also many advantages, disadvantages. Each group has a small group bias. Case study. I like this case studies. Why? Because it is like a story. It needs to be unique, special, and it needs to be very interesting. And the case studies almost always combined our quantitative and qualitative data, and that for me is really, really important for research. Here are some circumstances, like information, activities, result, complications, and analysis. Always first information, and always at the end analysis, and interpretation and explanation. So you need to have many sources, many data sources, you can need many people to be involved. And how can you make a focus group if you don't have all the necessary things? The advantages, this is for the case study, they always provide a way to provide and produce good data, and they are always a really good design. Limitations are that they cannot be always generalized, and if you don't have good data, and if you don't make a draw, that can be limitations for you. What are the basic tools for data collection and analysis? So, as you see, many different methodologies, many different tools, and many different measures, data, and processes. What can you use from the digital tools and application in when you teach statistics? Today, very important is uh, to make a visualization. Visualization means infographics. Why today infographics? Because you can talk 2 hours, 3 hours or more, and your students will don't understand you. But if you have a good infographic, and the students will visualize and will get a main point in few seconds if you have a good, I said, infographic. You can use these tools and many other tools for your infographics. uh, Padlet, and each of these tools have you can use it for like WordPress, for web page, for informing, for making a Powtoon, for making cartoons, Poplet for making mind maps, Padlet if you want to have a book conversation and if with your students, with your professors, partners. If you are doing some kind of project, it is the easy way to be very fast and to exchange the information, to put information. MailChimp campaign. MailChimp is today great for the newspaper. So I hope we will have one also lecture on this topic, so how to make a great newsletter. Digital tools, again, for creating infographic. Great infographic you can make by Pictochart, Visme, Animaker, Venngage, Easel, and many of them are free and also user-friendly. If we talk about the online data sources, in Europe, we have Eurostat. And if we want to use on the global level, I almost use the data from the World Bank, from OECD. We have many online data libraries to use. So you see infographics in statistics. If you want to motivate your students, because there are many students, many educators who don't like statistics, then you can motivate them. I almost send, I don't have no motivated students. My students are really high motivated because I push them, I press them from the first day. We are making a lot of researches, lot of projects, and for me, really not a problem. And they are really digital educated. And here you see, if you some kind, it can be funny for a student and interesting, and then also get a great data. Uh, like example, the quality of life in Europe. So you can compare the quality of life in Croatia, in Italy, Romania, Denmark, Germany, or another. Then you really need fast informations on a fast way, also on a funny way, in an interesting way. You can see population. You see this little boys. They are trying to explain you the life satisfaction gap. So this is a gamification is really necessary. Not a lot of gamification, but you need to involve gamification also. As I said, different methods. In 1 hour, you need to use 5 methods of your teaching, because only that is the way to get a really good student, a good educator with a good knowledge and with good skills. Skills, you need to brush them their skills. Uh, Not only today, we don't have today traditional classes are going in reminder, because if you can't you cannot, like me today sitting here, if I do classes on this way, if I don't use digital tools, gamification, if I don't show examples, I'm not interested for nobody. Nobody will listen me, and the result will be a zero. So uh, really, we are talking about the uh, 21st skills, soft skills, hard skills. If we don't have all of that, we are not a good educator. We will not get good results from our students. I put here one example. Like you want to make a research from financing. And now it is now almost almost financial are financial statements are finished, and many of businessmen get their results. So maybe someone use tools and techniques to get before they get that to use the financial analysis for their budget. First, you can use a calculator. Then for the statement analysis, you need to know your profitability, your liquidity, how big are your debts. So there we have in statistics analysis like horizontal and vertical and trend analysis, but I want to show that you have some financial analysis tools that you can use like a manager, like a leader of your company before you give them online or give them to the tax companies. You can check all your work, because if you don't know to read this financial statements, it is a problem, because no one will work for you, for your business, for your company, like you alone. So here are few financial tools that you can use and check. Money Guide Pro, eMoney Advisor, Finance Logic, Go Gamey Pro, in Stream Solutions. They are all for softwares for your financial plannings. Then you have NetStudent, Cognos, Bodytree, Industries. Someone will tell, so why am I doing a research? Why I'm using that? Listen, you can use, but every software need data, need informations. So if you don't get and give quality and correct informations, no software, no tool, nothing will help you to get a good research. So again, these are the statements, and for the tools and techniques for the financing. I only choose this for. I will not talk about all these statements, but I will go. I will go here to the importance of analysis and interpretation. You can say that I'm repeating that a lot of time. Yes, I'm repeating that because if you don't make a good analysis and you don't get a good interpretation, because if I don't know, if I read something, I can get my own conclusion, but it is not good. One number for me means something, that is the same number means for you something. But that is why we need a based scientific analysis and interpretation. Today, a lot the researchers are using time series analysis and data panel. We have here a lot of models. The main models are dynamic panel models and static panel models. Why I show this? Because maybe you will get an idea and make a time series analysis for, like, example for GDP. And what to say? I said at the beginning that we every day use one software, one tool for our work. Yes, we use Excel. We use Excel, and I'm showing here one of my books that I write with my professor on the university. It is called Business Statistics with Examples in Microsoft Excel. Why Microsoft Excel? Because Microsoft Excel has many uh, opportunities to get to you a statistic knowledge that you are requiring for your work and for your professional work. Here are some books I write in high school also. So when you are a teacher in high school and on the university, you really understand the problems. You really understand the problems in this field. So MS Excel is really user friendly. You can use Excel for statistical analysis like pivot tables. Pivot tables will summarize the list for you and you will get a lot of information. Then you see here, you need this is good. Excel is good for a qualitative research and also for a quantitative research. So it is great for the both and for the mix. You can see here the pivot table fields. Using Excel for statistical analysis. I said at the beginning, descriptive statistics. Excel can give you 16 different descriptive statistics. Mean, mode, median, range, skewness, variance, kurtosis, count, maximum, minimum. That is what you need for your first step if you are making a quantitative research. Here data analysis and you have many analysis tools. Here you have an option of many analysis tools and you choose the input, you make your range, you make your variable, and then you can get also a graph. You get the analyze with 3 clicks. Descriptive statistics can use a lot of data. You can make an analysis of variance ANOVA. All researchers know what for us mean ANOVA. You can get it for 2 or for more groups. And for example, if you want today to analyze the traffic of 3 different cities, in Mumbai, in Sydney, in Washington. You can use Anova. You can analyze the traffic. You can find out which one is more efficient in handling the traffic. Here is the Anova single factor. So how can you learn this? How can you, if you write some kind of books, like if you want to explain a digital tool, you need to make screenshots. You need to explain every step. So that is the way how you need to work. Anova in Excel for single, for 2, for all replication. Another is if you use statistics, if you use Excel to make a statistic analyze is moving average. What is moving average? You want to, like example, you want to follow the stocks of money. You can choose one period of 12 days, 20 days, and you can make prediction. That is great. Make prediction for your own money or for anything else, for the temperature. Today you are planning to go this summer on the sea. You want to predict and you want to know the temperatures, and then you will use this moving average. Rank and percentile. Also, if you want to manage business of several products, you want to choose which product is giving you the highest revenue. You can make a rank and percentile. So use statistic analysis for regression. That is what I said. Regression is one of the greatest methods for the researchers. You have a linear, nonlinear, exponential, logarithmic, and many types of regression. And there you can show them also by the graphic. You here on this graphic, you see if you this little blue circles show you the positive and negative trends. And if you draw a line between, you will see this statistics will interpret. Here, here exists a positive correlation, but this positive correlation also have some oscillations. Positive, all positive oscillations are under your line, and the negative are under the line. Hey, you can use statistic like a generator. You see the randoms, many functions, math, tricks, etc. For sampling, what it means from sampling. You want to create a sample for the population. You know, how to make for a huge population. You can do it like a random. You can do it periodic. And like example, how you don't measure the population every year. You do it periodically. You do it periodically, and sampling is a great method. All application of digital tools and video lectures we make by the online teaching. You can find a lot of videos made but in this part where you have all steps explained. Loom is a great digital tool if you need to draw like for Excel or for some kind of, if you want to show the steps, like example, you are making a workshop, it is great to use Loom to show every your step you are making. So research teaching online for all educators, I really uh, want to say that research, investigating, learning is really necessary in every subject. In every subject, you can make a good research uh, that is for your students really necessary for the skills, for the new skills, for new competences. That is the way how they will be a critical thinkers, how they can be creative, innovative, and also get all the skills. Like example, I like to get to my students a task. I gave them Excel file which with data. Like example, they get a sample size, they get the ages, they get genders, and then they make analyzes a data from a statistical survey which contains a database and it is also great that sometimes you can give them a free choice. You give them a whole base, free choice. And then if you have, like example, 100 students, be sure that 100 students will make it on a different way. And that is for growing and not only for growing. When you see the results, you like an educator is sure that you make a good job, that you really have good results. So, like example, this is one database with all data. You see, they can make researches. I only put here some graphics, different graphics, interpretation, hypothesis. It writes on Croatian, but like I said, there is a difference between using internet, and it depends on the age, education, and working status, and etc. Then you get great results. Your students are great. My students always have recognitions, awards, and this kind of competitions. So here I want to say, instead of my conclusion, statistical way of thinking one day for the daily life of the citizens, of you, of everyone, will become equally indispensable as knowledge of reading and writing. Yes, you need statistics. You need that way of thinking. And here, before attention, I want to call all you researchers, educators to join IIU Research Center. We are hiring scholars, coordinators, public relation officers, advisors, members. Here we will do projects. We will do a lot of innovative things. We have a journal. You can publish your research paper. Also, you can come and learn with us to publish your research paper. We are offering a lot of opportunities for you, for your students, for all educators and all youth and all students around the world. Be free and contact us. Uh, we have a registration form. Don't hesitate. Teamwork is always the best work. Here, we are always experienced. If someone don't have experience, we learn. We really want from all over the world to join us in our research center. Also, we have a Women Empowerment Council. We have a Students Council. We have Youth Council. So we have many, many opportunities. Now, for 1 month, we have at May, we have also, you can apply for honorary doctorate, and for honorary doctorate, you can write your research. And I repeat again, please be free. You are all welcome to IIU. Why? Because IIU is change, IIU brings change, and IIU is a revolution for the education. So let's learn and grow together and build a bright future for all youth, for all students, for all educators, for everyone around the globe. Thank you. Thank you very much for listening me today.